Here we're coming back now. We had a little error in that score. It's 21-18 in favor of the Bomber team. I think maybe we have a Canadian scorekeeper there, a little in favor, you know. Anyway, the score 21-18 favor the San Francisco Bombers. We'd like to tell the world about that. Brave team, they're out to crush and humiliate the Bomber team, so they say. They're having a tough job doing it. Lester Quarles and all his diabolical attitudes and situations here. No avail, but number 3, number 8. Skinny Minnie Miller moving out. Sherry Jackson, the big one. While the 2 Bombers coming out, Barbara Baker and Rosetta Saunders. All 4 qualified jammers are moving. They're still moving. They're still on their feet. Looking around now, they're both at jammers from each team in the rear of the pack. Diane Syverson defending against the 2 Bombers, while big Joan Weston will try to handle and stop, and if she can, knock them down. Big Joan, the Golden Gal, 21 years on this big, long, slippery track tonight. She's had her share of injuries, but she's shown the world that it can be done. Adversity. Weston never talks about her injuries. Too much pride that way. And now look at here. What do we got? Just by the crowd noise alone. 2 more Bomber points. And brother, any point over the Braves, about 10 times its value. We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining of the 3rd skating period. And then remember, stay with us because the men will take the track for the 4th and final period. Hey, there he is. Never stops talking, telling somebody out there in the audience. He'll tell somebody off anywhere, anytime, any place. Lester, they call him Squirrely Quarles usually when he was one of the coach of the Texas Outlaw team. And that's when that big controversy came about with Jim Trotter. They got rid of him. Lester Quarles demands certain things, and some skaters just won't do it. Jim Trotter ended up on the Warrior team. Stayed on a team that became, and he was instrumental in being world champions. Here he is. She is now. He's a tiny little one. That's number 5, Willie Ryan. How about that name, Willie Ryan, a girl. Moving in, she's a tiny one, very attractive. Little pigtails flying there, long hair, and big Joan Weston just towering over her. And knowing Joni, she won't try to hurt her. Just try to stop her, teach her a lesson, get her up to the rail. Then Weston starts to move again. Weston, they fall in front of Weston. There's a dirty old trick. That's a hard one to do. But now number 5 moves up to Delores Tucker and Calvello. Big Sherry Jackson makes a big opening there, and the Canadian Braves are starting to move in, starting to sail around the outside. There's a Bomber girl. That play didn't make too much of an attempt. Number 37, Sue Ross. Must be a newcomer to the organization. 5 Canadian Brave points in that play, and that's getting to be a little serious situation as Lester Quarles bringing that team up there now to a tie, 23 points apiece. And Calvello, Big Red Jensen. There's number 7, Diane Syverson, having a few words with Weston. That's Syverson. You talk about a nasty individual. Ooh. Her temper boiling point is low. She is such a man of her owner. She's the greatest. Rolling out now again, Barbara Baker. Baker looking around, does not have the helmet on. No, she's going to be an assistant. Trying to get Calvello out. Here comes Skinny Minnie. And Calvello says, be my guest. Minnie says, okay. Down the straightaway they come. There's a nice play, another one. Whoa, right over the rail. They did it. And Calvello did it. Good going for Annie. And Teresa Calvello. What a lovely daughter she has, Terry. And here comes a Canadian pull away. They're pulling away very fast, very quick. And is calling for help, trying to accelerate the speed because you can't get to that speed very quickly. Now they're knocking one of the Canadian Braves down. Big Red's going to give Weston a whip, and Weston crashes through. Excellent work, and Ann very proud. Very proud. 5 great big Bomber points, and here at the Oakland Coliseum, as you can see, they're a happy bunch. Happiness here. Timeout call to score 28-23. Still favored the San Francisco Bombers. Old Elm will be right back with more action. There we have it. Now the men are on the track for the fourth and final period of this exciting game. Throughout the American networks, the roller games are 1 hour only. Exchange their tapes with the foreign European tape, which only use 1 hour, so therefore anything on television is a 1 hour duration, 1 hour game. David Benson and number 38 went down hard. Jose Perez. And the Canadian Braves are rolling. And the bomber is down. They're rolling fast. These Braves are going to scoop up some points here. Dennis Benson moving in. And one of the Braves went over the rail, another one into the rail. Over, he's hanging there. And what do we got now? What do we got here? Number 38. Joe Perez, number 38, is the jammer. Let's watch him here. His problem now is a monumental one. He's taken back by Paul Rupert, and then they call that play off. 4 Canadian points on that play. 4 big ones. There's Lester Quarles, vociferous as ever, loud, never stops. He said he's a super thinker. Little Leroy gets an assignment now. Leroy walks over to Bob Hein. Hein looks at him, and the little guy has enough brains, fortunately, not to tangle with anybody. So we're getting that pack and tack, and this is really one of the tough games for the San Francisco Bombers. They're battling a team that has threatened constantly and consistently to bust them up. Lester Quarles has no use. He's aligned himself with Dave Pound of the Los Angeles Thunderbirds, and of course Ken Monty. That's a real hated triumvirate. 3 of them. They want the Bombers busted up. They want them out of here. Well, the Bombers are showing some good skating here, and I think Lester Quarles is a little upset. Here's number 1. Benson again. The big, long, tall Ed Dresser moving down. Took a little bit of coaxing to get Dresser on this Bomber team, but it took General Manager Gene Moyer to do it. He has a persuasive way, but there's Ed Dresser. Way back, and now number 1 is the leading jammer. There goes one high. One Bomber up, another one high and down, and they're moving in. Dennis Benson is clawing his way in past those Bombers, trying all they can do. Pop. He's in the rail. What do we got here? We got a Canadian Brave that went in the rail and called that play off. And the officials have to give a ruling here. 3 Canadian Brave points on that play. Yes, sir. There's Lambert, and there's Quarles. We have General Manager Gene Moyer here. Gene, you've been waiting for this moment to tangle with the Canadian Braves. They're here, they're skating. What do you think?
The interference by this Lester Quarles. Squirrely Quarles and his entourage there. I can't believe this because the interference, we're skating straight, legal, everything, and he's interfering, and I'm just going to have to mention this to the commission.
You better.
Because we're skating fair out there.
Right. There's a lot at stake here. That Gene Moyer's got a lot of money invested there. So here we have number 39, John Wrice. Bob Hein now will try to get this number 39 and watch it. Did it work? Yes, it did. The Canadian Braves going high, and Rice taking no more chances. 2 more Bomber points. 2 more. And the score now all tied up at 30 points apiece. There's Leroy looking very pensively at Lester Quarles, who of course is saying a few words of wisdom to the legal secretary. Ready for that pack to get back intact. We got 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining of the game. Who will it be? It's all tied up, 30 points apiece. The great, big, beautiful Oakland Coliseum. There she is, a very, we might say that, how could you not say it, attractive young lady. Oh boy. She's one of that group that's out to destroy everybody. Why they picked on the Bomber team in their series that's coming from Canada. And this type of tactics, we don't know, but we're very proud of the Bomber time. The team here is holding the their own. And no injuries tonight, which is a miracle. Joe Perez setting the pace here, and Dennis Benson trying a hip check and almost got his man, but Joe Perez, little chili pepper there. He's coming down the straightaway. He stayed on his feet. Through the pack, number 36. Cal Stevens. Here, big Cal. The crowd here is telling him, go, Cal. He did it. Did you see that hook? Did you see that? Ho-ho! That works. There's another Canadian hanging like a pair of underwear in the wash. And what do we got? 2 more Bomber points. And boy, that's music. Breaks the tie, 32-30 in favor of the Bomber team. Oh, it's a slim one. This is where the seconds race off that clock. 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Now the Canadian Braves, you can bet Lester Quarles. There he is. He's got something cooked up. Lambert, very much concerned. Lester getting a little fired up now. Screaming at, there he is, telling the girls she's writing something down. They write about everything. And boy, that's irritating. Keeping that book there. What will that book pay off in the end of the season? We'll see what happens. Will the Canadian Braves be up there? Well, we'll find out. Hey, woo. Paul LeBear, he did it. He caught that guy right off balance. So you use your little pinky finger and drop him. So Paul LeBear Rupert is one of the oldest skaters in the league today. Paul is 38 years of age, but he is strong. He's getting blocked back by the big men now. There's another nice one then. Look at that. Joe Foster sunk it in. There's another one. Ed Dresser did it. They're alternating the blocks. They're tiring out the Bear. That's the only way to do it. Lester Quarles watching. He's trying to motivate him to get in there, but there goes the big one. Old Paul Bunyan. And his big axe, that's all he needed. He's down. He's down and he stays down. And look at that. What's it up to her? What is it with her? Telling Lester Quarles something. And you can bet they'll write about it. Put it down. Leroy Lambert. Look at him. Follows Lester. Short, stumpy little legs there. They can do some damage in that shin area. And boy, has anybody ever bumped their shin at night? Oh, that hurts. That's a sensitive part, especially with a skater. Bob Hein watching. Got to keep your eye on that one. Lester's telling him, talking to him. Now there's another one. Bam! Down he goes. Bob Hein went down. Why don't somebody just pick him up by the hair and fling him out the door? So we got 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining of this game here. 32-30 favor of the San Francisco Bomber team in the white jerseys. While the Canadian Braves, if you're watching in color, are in the dark jerseys. However, on television, it would be red. White numeral. Very colorful team. Ed Dresser moves out. And here is Peter Kelly from Australia. Drops him. Boy, he's long and tall. Quite a fighter. Top of the rail comes right up to his shorts, but now he's getting racked back by